You don't step foot in Victoria in 10 years? You just show up in the middle of my homicide investigation?
I'm writing a book. People will tell me things they're not going to tell you.
Tatiana Hollander's Screen Rant. Hi, Quinn and Samir. How are we doing?
Doing all right.
Doing good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I loved Under the Bridge, though it was very painful to watch. Quinn, can you talk about your approach to adapting Rebecca's book? Especially, I love the smooth transitions between flashbacks and the present day investigation.
Yeah. I was enamored by Rebecca's book right away. I think that the storytelling is quite lyrical, and it's not attached to time, if that makes sense. The book is very poetic, and it moves back and forth. It moves into flashback. It moves into the future. It kind of allows you to feel like all of time and the faded nature of so many things that happened around this crime. And so I think that translated really naturally for us when we were talking about how to really bring Reena in as the heart of the show and make sure that her life was more important than her death. And I think we took that sort of approach of like, well, time doesn't matter into having multiple timelines in the show.
Absolutely. Speaking of Reena being the heart, Samir, can you talk about where did you pull from outside of just the book? Like, did you look at Manjit's book? Did you get to speak to real people involved? What way did you guys use to really honor Reena?
Yeah, so we optioned Manjit's book. I spoke to Manjit myself just to get any sort of personal stories he was willing to give. And then beyond that, a big part of it, was just excavating personal experience, being, like a kind of first generation American myself from an Indian family. And then a lot of it was also Quinn, myself, and our writers just speaking about kind of just our childhood stories and what was it like being in middle school and trying to find those kind of little details that we felt would be something everybody's experienced at some point.
On the adult side, Lily and Riley are both incredible in this. What was it like for you both, like getting to flesh out Rebecca's perspective as a character in the story and her dynamic with Cam?
I think that we were both really interested in exploring like the psychology of true crime, what it puts somebody through when they decide to kind of take on a story like this and enter that darkness, as well as like the responsibility of becoming like the voice that gets to represent this story. I think that having them both in the show allowed us to touch on true crime and allowed us to actually criticize the justice system through these like the personal lenses of these two characters.
And then finally, Ritika Gupta is so lovely as Reena. Can you talk about casting her and how her performance really helps to ensure Reena herself is not forgotten?
Yeah, so credit due to our casting director, Julie Schubert, who like went to, like high school theaters like across America, looked at like 700 girls to find Tika, who's incredible. And it was a fascinating process. I mean, Tika herself is such a bubbly, sweet, popular girl. So it actually was quite a transformation for her to go into that place. But she did it so wonderfully and really like showed up with a level of maturity that sometimes you don't even see from adult actors.
Wonderful. Thank you both so much. The show is amazing. I can't wait for everyone to watch.
Thank
you.
Great.
So, where are you headed?
A party.